Welcome back, everybody. Wild Willy here, episode 24 of our Convergence Mod showcase. Elden Ring. We are doing our Spirit Storm Summoner build still. The best attributes of the Stormcaller and Necromancer classes. Last episode, I was running around bell-bearing hunting, trying to be able to get one-stop shopping going at the Twin Maiden House. We're still a little stuck. So I'm back in Nokstella for a couple of things I'm going to talk about on the map. I know there are some higher level ghost gloveworts in the river along here. So I want to kind of run through and clear out the rest of the zone. We did the stairs up to here to the bridge. We cleared all this out. So now I want to clear out all the rest of it. And you know, we could do it the traditional way where you, or the better way where you work here and work your way down and around and attack the zone from the backside, or we could do the kamikaze way where we just run up the river murdering everything. I might do that up to here and then backtrack to the Grace and work my way around again. But first of all, we are going to backtrack up through here down into this region. This is where the Wing of Estelle is. We still have that hanging Estelle that I want to get rid of. And then come around down over here and fight the, like this troll or whatever it is. It's like an ice lightning troll, to see if it gives us the, still gives us the great ghost glovewort type of material, whatever the equivalent is in that mod. So that's where we're going to start. And then if we're still looking for things to do, you know, I'm gonna go murder a dragon or some of the more of the Erdtree Guardians. You'll get your money's worth out of the episode, I promise. All right, so let's, I did put on some new spells. I put on Ghost Flame Cannon. We'll check that out. Kept that. These are just my 2 buff spells for my summons. And then what else did I put on? Suffocate. This is the more advanced debuff. So let's just get rid of these 2 guys, and then we'll see if we can't suffocate the ant plate helm one. That one down there. Let's see if we can hit him with the debuff. Or, hey, if you're not gonna look at me, then I'm just gonna kill you. I'm sorry. And try it on one of these clowns out here. Okay, so he's taking 20. He's getting pancaked. He takes 20. Okay, so that's good to know. Come on, there's one more. That guy. And then we have our hanging Estelle. Over here, get the cover. We put that on. We grab this. There's the Wing of Estelle. Could probably use it on this build. Ooh, that hurt. Should just one-shot him. Yep. So he's gone. And we got the merchant in here. Just grabbed his. Bell bearing, got the prisoner set stuff, lost ashes of war. Pretty much worthless. All right, let's keep running through. I was gonna say, I felt like I remember there being a piece of loot over here. 3 basic smithing stones. Sorry, boys, not here for you. Sprouting. Feel like that's one of the basic ones. Let's just touch this since we're here. I have a little OCD in case y'all haven't noticed. I like to grab everything. All right, let's you are not tracking, so we're gonna send you away for a minute. And then we'll see if we can't pull you back out in here. There you go, buddy. Have fun. Go hit stuff. Drop kick to the face. Ooh, a warding remnant. That's huge. Okay. I'm gonna have to put that in my notes. And then the ant spur rapier if you want to rot stuff. There's a loot over here. Melted mushroom, still not useful. I'm sure you can craft something with it. And we got that little guy over here, which I typically get because it's on my path. Another sprouting, I feel like that is again just the base one. Let's just go ahead and rally him. And we'll summon this thing out and we'll try out Ghost Flame Cannon. This thing does lightning damage and you're standing in water, so just be aware. Might be a good idea to come fight it over here. Oh. Not the right thing. Alright, so I'm just chucking fireballs. Doesn't seem particularly useful, especially compared to that. That'll do frostbite buildup. He's rotted. Ooh, let's get out of there. And I face tank that. And simultaneous death. Shining Rune of the Dragonkin, and I died. How very sad. I did warn you. Lightning damage standing in water, and I just tried to tank through it, and that did not work. Just goes to show that even a kind of relatively low level area, you can still easily get killed if you get sloppy. Now let's see what we get. And we got a teleporter. Oh, I think this takes me to the upper area of the zone, if I remember correctly. And there's our Elder Ghost Club work. That is what I wanted. And we are in Nokstella. So down there is where we just were. Oop, and it's a trap. Are you guys the explodey kind? Because do your thing. Okay, let's pull out our boy again. Rune arc. Alright, with a little bit of FP management, we should be able to work through this area just fine. I mean, we're going to get through it. It's just, how efficient am I going to be? Ash of War go up. Boop. All right, now we're gonna set off all these guys, and that should just trigger a chain reaction and wipe them all out. The only way that could have gone better is if the Noct Swordstress had come over to see what was going on. All right, now we got this guy chucking shit at us. So let's go take care of him. So you I want to kill. Oh, and you're not dead. I just killed your aim. Now you're dead. Alright, so we should be able to just sneak over here and grab that. Blooming, that is what I wanted. That is new. Another blooming. Alright, so I think we just got our boy to plus 10. I'm getting pincushions. Can you go up? Can you go up and kill those guys? I can't get there from here. I gotta go all the way around. All right, well, let's put this on. You're down. Where are you? You're down there? Oh, that one fell. Alright, so let's go take out this one. That should take out those other ones. We're close to it. Alright. So we're done with all that. We got the, there are usually some, like, snails and stuff up there. Yep, I see them. Ash of War, go up. Snails aren't worth much. See, also as a caster, like, the Taker's cameo makes FP management a lot easier, because if you're doing stuff and killing things with your spells, you're gonna get FP back as well, which makes casting easier. Alright, so let's go murder these two. Nothing up there. And we got an ant rider down in the river. Ash of War, go up! Whoop. This is like this build's version of the Blasphemous Blade. You just weapon art stuff and they just die. Alright, so we got the original Ant Rider down here by the Grace. Didn't quite reach. Now it's gonna reach. And you see, oh, it didn't. Alright, if you're gonna run, I'm just gonna die? There you go, stop running. Budding. Should be one more walking down the river here. Y'all see how I specifically targeted the rider and it just killed the ant? Let's see if we can do that again. So that's the rider. All right, that time it took out the rider. I don't know if I switched it back at the last second. Anyway. Fireflies, we got this lady up here. Let's rally. Rally you, you're a little dinged up. Hi. One shot. Blooming, okay. Feel like we got a bunch of those now. Well, I want to go to like around. Can't really work my way backwards through the zone. It would be nice to go there. We did get the Warden Remnant earlier, which was huge. There should be another Ant Rider here, so focus Rider. Okay, that worked. Point blank ghost cannon to the face. guys over there murdering those things. Probably should have done this first. That's probably gonna miss. Oops. We have a friend coming. All right, so then we got the big bunch over here. Not you. You guys. If I can target one in the middle there. Celestial Dew. Did I missed a scarab? How much are those worth anyway? 500. Meh. Alright, so we're gonna need to rally you again. We'll do me. Do you. Alright, I'm just gonna run back real quick. Let me pause the video. I'm gonna run back and run up and around. All right, we're back. I just kind of ran through the other things and then just took out the ball, a couple weapon arts, and it was dead. Why am I gushing about warding remnants? Those allow you to craft, among other things, immunity to rot, immunity to bleed. Can I hit you? Sort of. It gets you down. Having trouble fighting back there, huh, buddy? Which are very useful, like Lake of Rot. You really want that rot thing. K-Lid. There's another Elder Ghost Glovewort. K-Lid, you really want that rot immunity. Madness, fighting Madness bosses, you really want that, you know, you get the picture. That's just a golden rune. I'm not going to get it unless you let me grab it from here. See? Golden rune 10. Alright, this room I typically run through, let all the little blobs fall down and gather up in the doorway. We'll go fight these guys and then come back. Got you. Smithing stone. Great Somber, okay. So 2 mimics and the Nokstella. Easy way to deal with this fight is if you can reach them. Nope, it did not work. Nope, I can't target the other one either. Ooh, and we have a great shield one? Well, okay, I mean... hold aggro for just a second. That's all I needed. Just needed you to hold still for just a second. Now I can go take you out. Grab the loot, and then we can go back and clear. Where you at? Come here. All right, you'll catch up. So what's in here? An enchanted remnant. Let's pop you up. And now we'll go back down and deal with all this other stuff. All the silver tiers, not mimic tiers. Normally the goal is to get the ball to fall down, and then it damages those guys, and they damage it, and it's just a virtuous circle of death and destruction. That should set it off. Got one straggler. All right, now usually more will drop. Great Somber. All right, buddy, come with me. Come on. All right, well, this might kill him. We can always just resummon him. Oh, one of them got me. Barely alive. There's... Alright, how many of these things are there? That's what I want to do. Alright. That got him killed, but now... That's probably what I should have done from the start, is just tried to get that guy to drop. I don't know how many of those there are. They didn't damage the ball at all. Hello? Not sure what that was about. All right. So I'm going to call the zone cleared. I know we can run down and grab that golden seed on the way, and that's where we're just going to wrap up. Next episode... We got a couple choices. We'll talk about them while I'm on my way here. We could start crumbling. So the final tier of Convergence Mod spells, before they add in the ones to the DLC, the final one for our Stormcaller is in Farum. And the final one for our Necromancer is in Deep Root Depths. Basically, they turned the upper area of Deep Root Depths over where the Mausoleum soldiers are into a legacy dungeon, and you have to fight your way through that and fight your way through a graveyard, and then you fight a boss and get the spells. I have no idea where the ones for the Stormcaller are in Crumbling Farum. So we do have that unlocked via the 4 belfries. We got an imbued sword key, and it takes us to an upper area where we're gonna have to progress downward, and it's a new path from previous versions of the Convergence mod. Before, you used to be able to path your way down over there to the Dragon Arena, but now you gotta go down that way. So this is all new, the pathing, and apparently confusing from what little snippets I've seen. So this is, you know, gonna be a whole separate endeavor for that. And then, like I said, for the underground zone over here, once you get to here, to the Site of Grace, you ride up and start coming through this area. This is all now a legacy dungeon. And our boss is kind of like up here. This is like Fia's Champions Arena. He's kind of tucked off to the side over there. So that's a whole nother separate episode. So that's what we have on deck. Let me think about the best way to proceed, and we will go from there. So see you all in the next one.